We are back on the Mana Symbol channel, doing another league with Mordekaiser's Marvelous Brought Back deck. So I had him as a guest on the stream. He talked about this deck and similar awesome things on the Faithless Brewing podcast just last week on their Friday and Sunday episodes. So check out the Faithless Brewing podcast because I love those guys. Cave Dan, I mean, he's just one of the most wonderful people in the Magic content creation world as far as I'm concerned. Brought on wonderfully talented Mordekaiser, talked about his entire history with online success and all sorts of decks that he has piloted. I've had him on this stream a bunch of times because he's a good friend of mine. Might be popping into the chat as we are playing along. So this is a 4-color Recruiter pile. There's really no other description for it that's great than pile, which is fine. Imperial Recruiter is 2 in red for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a creature with power 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. One of my favorite parts about this card, fun fact, is it's not a May trigger. You don't just enters the battlefield. Search. What do you mean? Yeah. You don't have to hit click yes. Just do it. Just fucking do it. So I love that because why would you be playing this card if you weren't going to do that? So we're playing Imperial Recruiter and we're playing Eladamri's Call. We have 8 tutors in our 80 card deck. We are playing a Urian deck, which I love. Super high power payoff for having all sorts of enter the battlefield triggers. Urian, one of the things I always say, because there's a lot of people who have very strong opinions on Urian. One is that toolbox decks in general love having the extra slots. So that's obviously one thing that if you have enough tutors, you can expand your deck by a certain percentage. And while it does decrease the number of specific hits, if most of your cards are sort of interchangeable in terms of value, and then you have silver bullet cards that are exceptionally good in certain matchups, then it kind of decreases the chance of drawing those silver bullets over the course of an average game and gives you more space to have them, which actually becomes quite a constraint when you build these decks and you build them as 60s and you're trying to find slots, or you build them in 80 and you're trying to think of how you'd pare down to 60. Additionally, Urian synergizes with both enter the battlefield triggers, which we have a ton of, or just decks that have a ton of mana. This deck doesn't have that much mana, but sometimes you get up there through huge amounts of value grinding. The most interesting wrinkle in this deck is the 4 copies of Brought Back. I know Aspiring Spike had some success with a Boros mid-range deck that just completely dropped off the map really quickly. Because I don't think it was ever that particularly good. It was an interesting idea. But this deck really takes advantage of this card in a lot of different ways. The most obvious one is to play a fetch land on 1 and fetch land on 2, and then play Brought Back on both your fetch lands, because that's an option. So it says choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that will put there from the battlefield this turn, return them to the battlefield tapped. But you can also do that with pitch elementals like Solitude and Fury. So we have 4 copies of Brought Back, 4 copies of Ephemerate. So both of these are tricky with Solitude and Fury. Awesome. But additionally, some of our early drops like Ragavan quite frequently will eat some removal spells. Seal of Fire is just generally a pretty good removal spell in this format. It comes down if you're on the play ahead of an Esper Sentinel and then kills it, and it's a mana-free way to interact with your opponent's cheap creatures and things. In terms of you make the initial down payment on Seal of Fire, and then it just sits there making your opponent inconvenienced, which is really it's really good. I mean, it's just hard to overstate how good that is. And then this deck is actually playing 1 copy of Lurrus, so that's a target you can Eladamri's Call for, and then you can loop Seal of Fires. It's not something that comes up very often, but this deck has a ton of things that, quote, don't come up very often that actually come up over the course of a league. So then we've got this huge package here. This is all the stuff that we can specifically Imperial Recruiter for, and then I split over here the things you have to Eladamri's Call for. So Skyclave Apparition is just obviously just generically good removal. Charming Prince synergizes with all your enter the battlefield triggers, but also flickers Urian, and you can set up a loop where it just goes ad infinitum. Drannith Magistrate is a reasonable sideboard choice against Cascade decks, as well as Lurrus, as well as adventure spells. Sanctifier en-Vec is just good generic black-red hate. I think this should probably become a core Firewalker, but we'll see. Glasspool Mimic is interesting. It's a land drop you can tutor for that's also a clone of one of your own cards. There was a Mordekaiser command. Oh, it's just, I think it's just Mord with no E. Nope. I don't know what it is. Huh. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, Glasspool Mimic. We've got Magus of the Moon. Eternal Witness sets up insane value grind with Ephemerate that is pretty much impossible for a lot of decks to deal with. Soulherder flickers your stuff. Toski is good. Avalanche Riders good. Omnath good. Endurance good. Let's go. We'll see these guys come up when they come up. And our sideboard has some spicy cards like Dawnbringer Cleric in it. Dawnbringer Cleric is especially good against Urza's Saga. And if I fail to play well in this league, this will probably be the last time you see it for another couple weeks until I fail, until I forget how bad I am with these decks. Yeah, this is definitely a big brain deck. Spice is nice. Alright, this hand is fine. Oh, we're against a Urian deck. Mirror, mirror, baby. In true 80-card fashion, Aether Vial in R7, of course. That's of course we didn't mention that, but that comes along with the deck when you decide to play an 80-card deck. If you have a particular one drop that you always want to have in your opening hand, you get to have that. Creativity prison deck. Any good advice? Don't. The best piece of advice I have is don't play that deck. But if you are going to, yeah, there's Brian. I don't know, Brian. Help! Someone's taking. I mean, I got nothing, man. More or less weed, whichever one is applicable. Yeah, I mean, again, if you're looking to have fun, that's probably going to be a good time. Hi, Halsey. God damn it, I'm not your dad. Wait, that's exactly what Dad would say. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's probably what Dad would say. The Black Rope of Shabrakhan. Love that. Yeah, you definitely get some points on what is happening. So they're probably a BTL deck, and they are paralyzed by their mana choices. God damn it. Do you know how many times I have been ramped to ferried in the last, 2 days? Mord, I don't know if I have the balls to play this deck, man. It's so... And I hate... Sorry, I apologize for that phrasing, but, it's just so fucking brutal every time. Are the non-retro foils especially curved? I have some that I've had for about a month. I can check them. Although they've been inside. Although it's gotten warm and then the AC will kick in, and then it's gotten warm and then the AC will kick in. So I can check on a couple. Yeah, non-etched. Yeah, non-etched, just the regular foils. I can check them. They're in a box. I hear it is as long as you have 4 Ren and 6, your decks are good. I mean, part of the reason Ren and 6 is so good is because it's the 2-mana Planeswalker, and a lot of the good cards to play against it are not... are just not good in the format generally. Like, Blood Chief's Thirst is not a particularly good card, but that's one of the best things you could do to a Ren and 6, right? I just fucking love Ren and 6. I do. I love that card so much. Like, just instantaneous value, occasionally removal, sometimes wins the game, all for 2 mana. Much safer than Stoneforge Mystic. Much more interesting, too. God damn it, opponent. I wanted that. Like, I really wanted that, because I think we're against a Bring to Light deck. On the plus side, we drew a Divination. That's kind of hot. And I, the red-green Delirium deck. Do you mean the red-green, like, Urza's Saga? I don't know what red-green Delirium is. I think I know what you mean, but I'm not. I wouldn't, yeah. Is it like Tarmogoyf's DRC and Ragavan? And then Saga. So I think there was a Teamer version I really liked. Okay, cool. No. There was one in the Super Qualifier that was a Teamer one. And then Giglio's been playing just a straight red-green one. Oh, it's Niv! Ah, everything makes more sense now. Oh god, I'm terrified. I forgot that Niv was a deck. I mean, obviously I didn't. I just forgot that it was a deck that anyone would play. Two solid dudes, a solid dude. I like the less exaggerated but more jokey version. Two solitudes, a solid dude. Wowie Zoom. Thanks for the follow. Oh, did the... God damn it, Leorin board? You're supposed to connect automatically. Oh, right, the Ren and 6. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's holding me back is that I'm just never going to buy Monkeys in Paper. Yeah, kill before draw? No, that's not how we do this, Mord. It's not how we do this. We do it here. This is where you kill it, in my opinion. No, not kill before draw. That's not how I do this. I do it here. I always do it here. No sad face. This is what I intended. Why let him gain 4? Because... there is a chance that this puts them in a place where they could have played something and now they can't. Like, they just didn't have a contingency plan. Like, again, I am never interested in killing my opponent. I will outvalue and outvalue and outvalue, and then I'll kill them. If you give me a deck where that's possible. Now, maybe Niv is not a deck where I can do that, and I shouldn't be playing that way, but that's how I'm going to play, and it's going to cripple me until I figure out that I can't. I'm just not fussed about 4 life when they were already at like 20. Like, it's not even about playing with food. It's about like trying to put them in a spot where they're making, mistakes. that give me time to develop or, you know, whatnot. Yeah, you can do that if you want, Kaya. I just will not ever be buying monkeys. Like that's just a fact. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just never gonna do it because I can't imagine that they're ever gonna come down enough to make it practical. Motherfucker. Sorry, I really hate that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely probably just generally good life advice. Yeah, exactly. I'm just not going to play any decks with Monkey and Paper Eric. God damn it. What a fucking sequence. God damn. Ah! Fuck. Sorry, that was really tilting. After all the other crap I've had to deal with. Seriously? Jesus. Mord, can I scoop? No, I just don't like the language. Like, I don't know. Jesus. I just don't appreciate it when I'm, I don't know, being shitty. Obviously, everyone here is an adult. You could choose to I don't know. This deck has been kicking my ass all day, and I don't know why I'm putting myself through this again. I mean, I do. Things like that are fun. Yeah, it's a good draw. Enchantress is a fun little number. Hello. Yeah, I like Enchantress. I don't really know what's... Can you bitch about it? Sure. Oh, I just don't like the swearing on the stream because then it gets put on the YouTube video. Quality rant, Halsey. Quality rant. Nah. Now, can the pile of removal deck remove my Magus? Yeah. I have to let it hit me. Oh, there's plenty of decks that I lose to that I like and respect. Playing as Niv Mizzet right now. They can clone the Ragavan. Oh, there's so many good Snapcaster decks right now. Dude. So many good Snap decks. The treasure tokens are concerning more than anything else at this point. I'm just going to flicker my Magus here. Like, the 2 damage is not likely to matter, but in theory we could eventually find a witness, although... Alright, well, now I can cast it. And now we have Solitude for the next Ragavan attack. Red. Ah. Oh, someone paid for something earlier. Let me, I mean, Enchantress has a lot of tools to be successful right now. Like, a lot of things that you need are in that deck. Hope we get GPs soon. I agree with your hope. But I don't think that that's likely. But maybe. Oops. Not now. And yeah, the way things are going right now, I understand what you mean. I mean, the Hunter Burton Memorial Open was like almost 500 people, and like, in my opinion, like, if we could have like 100 to 200 person tournaments in the near future, that would be more than ambitious enough for now. My opponent, if my opponent's on NIF, which I assume they are, but they might not be, they haven't hit a NIV or a BTL so far, so that's why I was assuming there was a pause here. No, this is this is ending. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, and that's what it looked like on the coverage too, Halsey. So that is. Oh, my opponent's trying to figure out how to cast their Niv Mizzet. Or Bring to Light for Niv Mizzet. Yeah. So no, we have reports about that. I believe people were cutting out each other's decks. It certainly looked like it on the coverage. Oops. Well, we're officially screwed. The idea is that the masks are dealing with the airborne stuff, and as long as nobody's ever demasking, and as long as you're washing your hands, like, you should be fine. As far as is my understanding. I am not an expert, but I do know one. Well, he's not an expert in this in particular. I mean, he is an expert, but not in this. Yeah. I mean, you should be hopeful. Like, paper event. I'm gonna go play paper on Saturday. I'm definitely gonna go play paper on this Saturday, and I'm gonna see what it's like. But I have a feeling it's gonna feel way more normal than I would have thought. So good. Okay-ish. It's going okay, Poncer. We're playing this deck again, and I just been getting my ass kicked by playing this deck, which is why I keep doing it. Now I'm like stubborn. Now I'm committed. It's like with Velomachus when I wanted to get that top 8. It's not like just the lines, it's the lines and like the clock time. It's just like, it's just so brutal on so many axes, which is interesting, but my God, so much. And there's no insulation. Well, usually, Big Monkey, in theory, you don't need a big clock because the value plan is so good. Combo package for the memes. Well, it's not for memes. It's for smooth brains like me, unlike Mordekaiser. But the problem is, if you want to play a combo deck, you should probably just be playing Kiki Chord, right? I do think there's something about the Ragavan Ephemerate brought back stuff that is like super powerful as a core of like a red-white deck like this. And then you could just I mean, Morta and I were talking about different lists that you could play, and Kiki Jiki Fella Dark Guardian is definitely like where I'd want to go. And just try playing either straight red-white or Naya. Because the thing, no Ingot Chewer. There's definitely not an Ingot Chewer. Yeah, brought back his free ramp. We're going to do it right here. I think the people the thing that people are hesitant about, Mord, and correctly so in my opinion, though, is that when you what are we ramping into? We ramp into our value stuff. Like oftentimes you can ramp into like Recruiter into Charming Prince into the next Recruiter. Yeah, brought back is neat. So the thing about the value plan versus actually having a combo in your deck more, though, is that the more time you are giving a lot of decks in Modern, the more likely you are to lose. Like there's just a lot of them that can claw their way back from your value. Like it happened to me today a bunch of times where people were like, "Oops, lightning bolt, fire ice you, you're dead," and it's like, fuck, like because I ground the game out for so long, but I couldn't close, and by the time I was getting it together, they pieced together enough burn to kill me. But I think in that motherfucker, sorry, I just wasn't expecting to get vindicated there. I think in the case of me, and the reason I'm playing this deck right now is I think that I can definitely improve on how I've been playing it and get to a better understanding of the lines and like the mana. There's just so much stuff though with this deck. Really hoping they don't have. Okay, so if I get. Oh, we only have the one. Yeah, we only have one double green card in the deck, so this is fine. Oh, I probably should. Oh, we're gonna Skyclave into Toski, yeah. I can probably just shock right down right now. Yeah. You haven't seen people shuffle your index paper. It depends on how big the hands are. So I know one person who like just legitimately has tiny hands, and they shuffle 60 card decks much better than the average person because they had to pay attention to how they were doing it. Like, unlike other people, they couldn't just sort of get by and yeah. EDH shuffle fine. I mean, they're fine enough. Girl! I can't cast it. I did need double red. Oh well. I love Fulminator Mage's pose, though. Yeah, I know, Mard. I know. I'm just lamenting my failure to fetch properly. What about if you're used to shuffling a double-sleeved EDH deck, though? Then what? Checkmate, atheists. Kaya's Guile? Fatal Push. Yeah. Yes, you got me. Yeah, no. I'm just saying. Like I think that the concept of a non double sleeved EDH deck to me is crazy. Because just like the things that I know that like even casual EDH players are like, well, you can't play without this card. I'm like, dude, that card is like $350. Strange. What a strange world. Oh, that's he's famous. The quad sleeved taking turns deck. Fucker. God damn it, Mord. Sorry, I'm just yelling at Mord because he's convinced me to play. Like, he showed me this deck. This deck is amazing, but like, we're just getting spanked by everything. Jesus. Oh, and all my own decisions. My hubris. My greed. Yeah, I should have set up for double red. I meant to. I specifically said that I wanted whatever. I remember... I'm having a hard time with this deck while streaming because I am small brain. But I specifically commented that I meant to... I've played it WoWy Zoom. I didn't find it particularly impressive or interesting. It was fine. I mean, it was a 4-color deck with Ferrous Rockrick and some Chalices. Just draw a red source? Yeah, I know. Lines everywhere. Cocaine up in this bee. Cocaine, baby! Glasspool, yeah. It doesn't get me double red. Gets me to Solitude, but like... I don't think Glasspool is correct here. Keeps me alive to draw it. Am I dying? Am I dying? I'm not... They have a 1/1. I'm not dying. I mean, not yet. They have 3 cards in hand, but they didn't cast anything, which means they don't have anything good yet. I don't know what they... I think you're about to get G-Helixed into Ren and 6 pings. And how does Glasspool help? He means it gives us more time. I go on Avalanche Riders. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, I wanted to remove the red. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, we have the Solitude for it. What did they get? Jeez. And they had a land. I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting outclassed by a deck that I know and love much better. And I never had as many problems learning to play Niv Mizzet as I have with this deck. So we could go double Fury here. Wipe their board. attack with Recruiter. Sure. No block. Of course. We should go double Fury though, right? Or I could just do Fury plus Seal of Fire. And then Avalanche Riders them. I can't cut them off of any colors in theory though. And I'm going to be tapping off my brought back. They have 6 cards in hand. Seal Face, double Fury. Sure. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I want to just scoop this. I just can't. I can't begin to wrap my brain around what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's too much. They've just got too much value. I agree with you, Kaya, and that was my initial plan, but then they busted out the Niv-Mizzet, and now I just don't know how to try to compete with this. Like, I just didn't even want to bother clicking, because, like, look at this. Look at this. Like, we stumbled on mana for a little while, and now we're just... I just don't know how I'm going to ever be able to keep up with this. And they had the freaking prismatic ending for my Toski. They had a Vindicate that set us back ever so slightly in the early game in a way that just ends up being quite punishing. Are they going to BTL for a Helix? That'll be really funny. Yeah, I'm going to Solitude. Yeah, I was asking if they're going to BTL for Helix, and I said that would be funny, but they're not. No, they had more than enough. I mean, well, I can go to 1. Wait, why did they... Oh, they needed the colors. Yeah, we get to punish this pretty reasonably. And then go to 7 on the crackback. It's pretty good. I don't know, maybe we steal this game. Certainly possible. Oh, right, I don't get to keep the Solitude. Duh. Spicy, useless card on top. Oh, they have BTL. We're just dead. Never mind. No point. Yeah, they never cast the Brink to Light, so they still had access to it. Man, we just got stomped there, I felt like. Like, the freaking turn 2 to Fairy bounce your Aether Vial game 1 was gross, and then they had... Did they have Prismatic ending on my Vial and then on my... No, we didn't have the Vial in game 2. It was just the one on the Toski that was really bad and all the removal. Yeah, I'm really surprised about that, Kaya. I thought it could. I actually brought it up on stream a bunch of times as a potential line in a bunch of games, but it was never actually necessary, so I didn't see that it couldn't be done until it was like this week. Or someone pointed it out to me. They were just like, yeah, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you can't. I maybe should have clued into it when you play a Solitude on an empty board and it doesn't try to target itself. But that doesn't actually mean anything. I will never be able to guess what you get to do on Saturday. What I get to do on Saturday is play some paper Magic. You get to cat sit for your friend. Cats are great. Unless, like me, you are somewhat allergic to them. It's still great, but then I can't touch my face. Need to teach your cat how to play Magic? It's the dream. That's not good enough. Also not good enough. That's the one we started with. Yikes. There we go. There we go. Windswept Heath. I don't like the looks of that. So I gotta say, I don't know if Mord's still here. I'm assuming he's not. But I have been intensely unimpressed by Wall of Omens in this deck. It has been staggering to me that I don't think in the last... This is the third league I've played with this deck. This has blocked like almost no damage ever. Because we're like hitting like spirits and just no like it feels like nobody cares about Wall of Omens right now. Find Heliod again? We did. Huh. Must have won something over the weekend. Or something. Well, got a pretty good hand against Heliod. How's Yard hate these days? Not super heavy, because the only graveyard-based deck that's very good is Living End, and you just play Cascade Hate against them, usually. If you're asking if the timing is right for Dredge to make a comeback, yeah, probably. The question people are usually asking. He can attack. It's totally legal. I hope this person was on like the regular Heliod build and not that nonsense we got crushed by earlier. That was really rough. There's never a time for Dredge? Yeah, there is. I may not be the person who's going to do it. You're a Breach Oracle player. Yeah, it's probably an okay time for that. You Emrakul them and deck them? Awesome. So, I was talking to a fellow content creator who I really appreciate feedback from, and they were talking to me about This Week in Modern and the sort of comedic angle that they thought I could go with. And I wanna take your barometer on this one, Kaya. Because of your success with Eldrazi Tron, and the kind of idea he pitched to me, I was like, what if we do an interview with Matter Reshaper, who obviously I would voice, and I would have like the talking head. It's obviously just be a picture, and like you label it voice of Mana Reshaper, and be like talking about Mana Reshaper, how it's like consistently that card that everyone kind of thinks isn't good enough for the Eldrazi deck, but like the GM Karn the Great Creator is like, listen, my boy Mana Reshaper, you know, just shows up for practice, always on time, and you know, when the big boys fail, he's ready for it. You know, he's ready for anything. Always goes long, always replaces itself. You know, Thought Not Seer, that can be a blank card. Reality Smasher. But no, but Mana Reshaper is always there for us, you know? The heart and soul. Alright, so they got Arbor Elf with this Ranger Captain instead of Walking Ballista. So does that mean all the ballistas are in their hand right now? Also, I want an Eladamri's Call or Imperial Recruiter for Magus of the Moon, because it's really going to mess up their mana. Just trying to figure out what else I'm supposed to be doing this turn. In that case, I probably want the second planes. So I'm going to play Eladamri's Call, which means I could just hard cast this Ragavan and have it sit. Yeah, okay. So we'll fetch the other basic planes, and then we'll see where this ends up. Just don't want to see a basic here. As long as there's no basic, we're in good shape. And obviously, if they show a setup where they're not going to care at all about the Blood Moon, then we just won't do that. Second Conclave Mentor, sure. We've got good blocks for now, so I couldn't imagine they were going to attack there. Magus. Did you like to Ranger Captain me? No, please. Go ahead. No? All right. Your funeral. Bye, Utopia Sprawl. Bye now. Arbor Elf can't untap mountains. Well, that's... Why are you playing all these mountains? Also, why are you playing all these non-forests? I mean, this one makes sense, and I guess that one makes sense. It's probably important. What the hell is this? Oh, Ballista X2. Shit. God damn it. Oh my god. Double Conclave Mentor. Well, I guess I should have seen that coming when they didn't Ranger Captain for it. Fuck. I was hoping they wanted the Arbor Elf for a different reason, but that obviously was not the case. Yeah, so it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is why I need to play this deck, but like, I literally said that they would have the Walking Ballistas earlier in their hand, and then did nothing to play it around it and walked right into this. God damn it. Oh. Be better than me, chat. Please. Anyone watching this video in the future on YouTube, please, for the love of God, be better than me. I can remove their one forest, but if I don't kill this Walking Ballista now, every time they crank it, it gains 2 counters. They didn't play a land this turn, or did they? They did, but they did, like, we're on turn 7. They probably don't have another one. Sorry, yeah, 2, I meant 2 extra, 2 extra, 2 extra, 2 extra. Whatever. Is this deck good? It is when Mordekaiser plays it, but then he also occasionally 1/4s leagues with it, so it is very demanding. It is built to deal with a specific chunk of the metagame, And god damn it. And then just like stuff like that can happen to you. Like when you don't play it perfectly. It is incredibly painful to play this deck. It is very punishing, and there's no wiggle room. I think you can win basically every match you play, in theory, but doing it in practice is very difficult. You miss Pod? I mean, I think if you want something that's like a... Well, I don't actually... So I actually never played with or around Pod, and I've never actually talked in depth with people about what Pod was like. So I know the value Pod deck was the one that got the whole thing banned, but I thought it was also Malaria combo or Malera combo or something. I'm not sure. All I know is by the time I started playing Modern, no one played Malaria combo, and I don't really understand why. Pod into Kiki wins? Oh, you should play Kiki Chord. Kiki Chord is like 5 versions of Pod. They're all degenerate. Was there not one that was like the most degenerate that actually got the deck banned, or... So I thought it had something to do with Siege Rhino just being like way too good. Alright, I guess. Malira Pod is the one you think did it. Yeah, because that one infinite with Malira and the Murderous Redcap and something. Siege Rhino killed Pod. Like, I've heard all sorts of things, and I have no idea what the truth is. So now we can go turn 3 Recruiter into Charming Prince. Or something else. We'll see. All right, opponent, what do you got? This nonsense again? It's funny, this deck did for some short while play Flame Tongue Yearling. It's funny, like this play makes me go like, I really wish we had Flame Tongue Yearling. So get the Recruiter. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But, like, I don't know. So we'll just play Recruiter and get the second Recruiter, I guess. But then I can flicker it on their second main phase, depending on what happens. I think that's what I want. Completely random thing, but camera bumps. Yo, the camera does bump. Does my camera, like... something like that. It's probably my knee touching the desk, and then when I start drumming on it. Camera bumps your lovely lady lumps. I don't. Phone camera bumps. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, but it's really funny, Jinker Gaming, that you say that, because like they both accidentally have kind of gone against that philosophy, and or intentionally. So like with Stoneforge Mystic, they obviously intentionally printed Caldra Complete to be busted with Stoneforge Mystic, whereas they also just leave Primeval Titan in the format for reasons. So it's just kind of interesting. Like, the square bump on iPhones and the massive brick on Samsung. Hold on. Hold on, I'm putting my opponent in the ground. Give me a second. Square bump on iPhones. I mean, that guy? I don't. Of course I have an old iPhone. I have old everything. I old. There's no god here, opponent. Only Avalanche Riders. I do love, though, that... How old am I? Oh, I old. How old do you think I am, Anarchy? Oh, I missed the Recruiter at end of turn. Yeah, that's right. You got it, Anarchy. That is correct. No, I agree. I don't feel old either. I'm basically in the best shape of my life, except for when I was actually working on cruise ships because I had access to a better gym. Hey, look, we won. Old enough to have an old iPhone? No, that means poor enough. I'm poor enough to have an old iPhone. I would have a nice shiny new phone if I could ever justify it. I am not Halsey. That's true, Anarchy. That's true. Don't buy new phones, buy Moxen. You can't afford a Mox for most new phones. Maybe a dual land. I'm on the iPhone 6. I am 4 generations back. A Mox costs more than a car. No, not. It depends on the... Depends on the printing, depends on the Mox, depends on the quality. I would assume you can get a HP Mox Jade for a couple $1,000s. No, it's a 6. This is a 6. The battery's shot, though. Yeah, sorry, Emerald. Sorry, Mox Jade. Oh, I thought you meant like normal car prices, not like used car prices. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can get a car for a couple $1,000s. That's true. You can get a really beat up car for like a couple $100. Like I mean, like barely functional. Like needs a lot of work. Beat up. Like I'm not saying like normal beat up. I think I'm gonna keep this against Heliod because like we can diffuse any hand they keep that has early mana, and then we have Fury. Yeah, this seems like a good way to go. Yeah, you are right. If you're talking used car, when someone says like buy a car kind of money, I usually think like $7,000+, which is like a nice used car, but not a new car. Sapphire is an economy car at current prices, and Emerald is a nice used car. All right. Yeah, there you go. So do I monkey here and let them play out more stuff? I think so. So they play anything on 3, I get to attack and then Prismatic Ending, like if they play a Heliod. I mean, I'm gonna. That's the direction I'm going. So. You've heard used car prices have gone kind of crazy now? You mean crazy low, though, right? I would assume crazy low, because a lot of people, like, nobody was driving for, like, you know, not nobody, but a much more limited number of people were driving for many moons. Please play Heliod. Spike Feeder also accept. Fuck. I mean, that's fine. It's not what I wanted, but it's fine. High? Huh. I wonder why. Sold their car to pay rent and eat. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So I don't actually have to deal with this yet. So I'm just not going to. I don't really want to pitch this Avalanche Riders. There's tons of parts shortage. New cars are hard to come by. It's causing the price of used cars to go up. Huh. I see. Well, a lot of people were selling, but now a lot of people are buying back in because there's a lot more employment opportunities with the pandemic lifting. I would assume that's the general pattern. I forgot about Collected Company. Yeah, the chip shortage. It's all connected. Yeah. Let's watch them hit infinite life on EOT. We have the out for it, so it's fine, but it's definitely not my favorite. Word. Gets Voking Ballista. Yeah. Okay, can we find a brought back or an Ephemerate, please? Off the top? Would be very nice. I mean, that is good. Because that gives me something better to pitch to Fury. That's really all it is, but that's fine. Hello. Oh, sack the Ranger Captain, do it. You can't let me Ephemerate. This is too much value. Too much value. Your Collected Company can suck it. Alright, we end this. Knocking down 2 mana elves there was really good. And I still have Prismatic Ending to deal with Heliod. We've got Avalanche Riders riding in next turn, so feeling pretty good. Again, really interested in drawing Ephemerate or brought back. Heliod finally entering the battlefield. Yeah, there are definitely a bunch of... Can this deck beat Infinite Life? Technically, yes, Mr. McCheesums. Although I think I boarded out the... Yeah, I boarded out the Endurance. So if we want to deck them, it is difficult to say the best. Bye, Heliod. I don't really think I want to play this Seal of Fire. No, I probably should. Just out of mana efficiency. So if they play the Walking Ballista, like, they're going to ping my illusion anyway, probably. I probably should have chump blocked the last turn. I don't know really why I didn't. There's no reason. Especially with like the knowledge that they have Walking Ballista in their hand. Gonna crack that? Yeah. Just going for the redraw. Not surprised. Really? Fair. Yeah, okay. Well, we know how they're thinking they're going to win this game. Get the free block this turn. Thanks for the follow there, Cheems Hemlo. Free block this turn? Yeah. So they can't attack anymore with the Ranger Captain. I guess they could have Skyclave, but then we Seal of Fire the Skyclave and we have a 4/4 blocker. So that's like totally fine. Oh, baby! Doomwake. The Doomwake giant himself. We were playing a mind-bending deck from the fabulous mind of Mordekaiser. And it has been breaking my brain all day long. Also, Doom, did you ever see This Week in Modern episode 0 or episode 1? Because if so, you've got some serious shoutouts for being part of that trophy race. In theory, although some reports have looked like you're looking to be out of it. I don't know. Hard to know. We're only listing announcements. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you. I turned that off when we got the 5 gift subs because it's right in the. Opponent, do you have a response? Are we good? Are we emotionally devastated by my hard casting of Solitude? Possible. Sack it. Sack it. Sack it. Sack it. Sack it. They didn't sack it. But would you want to gain this 3 life? I guess. All right, what do you got? That's fine. Nobody wanted Heliod to come. I quite agree with you, Jiggy. Go back where you came from. Hey, around here we don't like infinite life. Infinite damage or bust. You like facing Heliod? I think I lost to it last time. Yeah, unable to close the game with infinite life. That's definitely a thing that happens. But you're a lot more capable of maneuvering the game into those states than I am. I kind of want to fire off the Seal of Fire and then just jam Avalanche Riders and go all in. So that's what I'm going to do. This could theoretically go badly for me, although I'm not exactly sure how. Like, I don't think they can come back from this, but because they're going down to 3 mana, so even if they have Heliod here, it's, like, not really a big deal. And I'm gaining life. They only have 1 good block, and I'm drawing 2 cards. Toski's ridiculous in this deck. No blocks. Okay. This one was free, but whatever, opponent. Okay, we're good now. Nothing matters anymore. Okay. Just scooping it up. They're just done with the punishment. No more punishment. No more, please. Yeah, maybe. They definitely were pausing a lot, like, for no good reason at the end there. It was pretty great. Man, I've been typing like shit. Toski is really busted in this deck. So, I went into the fridge when I got back from trying to go play paper and found out that their weekly events weren't up yet. And I was like, oh, here's some kind of old chicken that I haven't cooked yet. It smells not great, but let me wash it first. And then I was like, it smells not too bad. Then I cooked it, and then almost all of it tasted fine, but just like a tiny bit didn't. And now I'm like, tomorrow I'm going to be just like Captain Food Poisoning. So, if I show up on stream and my voice is all fried, it's probably because I spent the day vomiting. How does the Yawgmoth combo work? They have a bunch of different combos in their deck. Usually what they do is they get Yawgmoth plus a Geralf's Messenger plus any other creature with Undying. And then they sacrifice 1 creature with Undying to do whatever. Then it comes back with a +1/+1 counter. Then they sacrifice the other one, and they use Yawgmoth's ability to put a -1/-1 counter on the one that has a +1/+1 counter. Because of the way the rules in Magic work, those 2 counters get removed. So if you ever have +1/+1 counters and -1/-1 counters on the same permanent, you just keep removing 1 of each until there's only 1 type of counter left. So what you end up with is 2 creatures with Undying taking turns jumping into the graveyard and removing the +1/+1 counter from the other one. And Geralf's Messenger says when it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life. I don't know. An opponent loses 2 life. So they pay 2 life per cycle, and they draw 2 cards, and you lose 2 life per cycle. So they can drain you out for as much life as they have in sort of bursts of 2. But they're also drawing a ton of cards. Also, if they have the Innkeeper or whatever, they can do it infinitely. Yawgmoth also has a couple infinite life combos. This hand is stacked. Yeah. Essence Warden. Innkeeper's very popular right now. And then, yeah, Zulaport Cutthroat can just drain you out. And so any 2 Undying creatures plus the Zulaport Cutthroat in play will kill you then. And usually some of the Undying creatures will stick because your opponent doesn't want to waste removal on them. Okay. We're getting on the song request queue. That is really loud. There we go. It's still a little bit hot. That looks good. So probably Jeskai Urza here. So we'll just go double ramp and then see where they're at. Probably should do it now. Also, I screwed up. I keep doing this. I should have played Prismatic Vista as one of these lands. Like, we can kind of fix it, because then we'll just get planes with both of these. And I realized I should do this main phase, because they could just go, like, Artifact and then hold up Metallic Rebuke, and then I can't do what I want to do. So... Opponent says, "That's hot!" Exclamation point. Thanks, smiley face. Sorry, I meant :D. Seen the Saheeli combo list with brought back? I have not. I probably wanted to grab a Hallowed Fountain there. Never mind the saw, but the god. Yeah, this can't get Hallowed Fountain. That one can. Yikes. All right, so let's see what they're up to. Opponent is reliving many of my experiences with Urza. Portable Hole. You got me. Damn. Our hand has really gone nowhere. Jeez. I'm just like playing a 4/5. Man, I'm so gonna get Metallic Rebuked here. Come on, show me. Show me. No? Okay. I want my Abundant Growths back. Give me back my... I guess those would have gotten Portable Hold too. So. Endurance is not particularly good sideboard hate against Yawgmoth. It's fine. Like, if you have absolutely no other options, it's fine. It's not gonna be great, but it's certainly not bad. Yeah. But the thing is, they could they're gonna have more creatures to draw more cards to set up more stuff. So, like, yeah, if you're hard casting Endurance, it's not bad. But, like, you need to be doing a lot more than just, like, if you're counting on that, like, really doing anything for, like, you already need to be mostly winning the game and have them kind of cornered. And then that's okay. Goodbye, Urza. We have plenty of outs for Ensnaring Bridge, but I'm going to need to find them. I don't really want to shock anything right now. We do have Glasspool for Fury if they have a second Urza. Lurrus plus Seal is a quote out. Yeah, I mean, we've got more than that, right? Like, we've got Skyclaves, we've got tons of stuff. We just haven't drawn a single Recruiter. Thopter Sword is more concerning. I have all the pieces for that deck, essentially, so I'm really tempted to play that at some point soon in paper. I love Urza decks. Although I like fair ones much better. Oh, sure, they're just dumping their hand? Sure, why not? It's kind of cute. Alright, well. Got some life gain. I don't need to do anything for now. Just draw. Draw and wait. Wait and draw. They could draw an extra card anytime they want off the Pyrite Spellbomb, although they're obviously worried about dying, so. Oh, but they do. Classic. 2 Bs in my AB combo? Rats! Not what I was looking for. Alright. Let's find Magus off the top now that they cracked their Pyrite Spellbomb. Yeah? Wouldn't that be good? I think I like that. Okay, now tap that. You're on a 17 turn clock. There we go. This gets Recruiter, and I have Glasspool. Because I don't just want to remove the bridge now, right? I guess I do. Like, I have a 7/7 contract, but I can get through it relatively quickly. Oh, did she notes? I apologize for the feels. It's that's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one. Apologies for making you feel your feels harder. But from what tiny amount you've made an impact in my chat, you seem like a good human, so I'm sure your mom's proud of you. Oh, I probably could have swung with the Fury there. I had double Seal of Fire. I don't really want to waste double Seal of Fire on the construct though. I have infinite chump blockers for pretty reasonable. I don't know, if they attack, I guess I'll block with Fury and then kill it. What's the one card? That's fine. That gets Thopter Foundry. I'm only going to post one of the VODs, Chaos Theory, and I think from now on there'll be one Randy VOD on the YouTube per week, unless I have enough releases for a normal schedule with one Randy night, and then I could put a double video up with it's a normal league plus a Randy league, just because I've gotten a reasonable amount of feedback about people like not being super into it. And I know there are people who love it. I've gotten feedback in that direction too. I'm just trying to find the right balance. So just give me time. Actually, we'll probably just Solitude the construct. Yeah, we'd definitely Solitude the construct now. Or Glasspool the Fury, Seal of Fire. That's the way to do it. Oh, they're almost dead, huh? How much is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Oh, they're dead. Cool. Oh, they have the elixir. Yeah, I think it's kind of like the Mark Rosewater's talked about the how the infect mechanic is kind of really successful in that it's very polarizing. So some people love it and some people hate it and some people love to hate it, and that's kind of like it's good. It's good to have things that make people feel big feels. Oh, thanks, Hugo Diaz. Yeah, I've gotten some good feedback on that one too, in terms of like the LCD effects, or sorry, CRT effects. Yeah, that's exactly Aritham. That's exactly the schedule that I'm going to do it on, and I'm going to schedule it so that people who like what I do normally but don't like that stuff don't have to like put up with it or whatever. You know, they could just work around it. Oh, I tapped the forest, so I can't play Witness. That's fine. They probably don't have any outs from here. Like Urza doesn't do it. All right, I goofed. I don't actually know that I could have killed them there, so yeah. This weekend Modern is going to get a little more comedic in the future and a little less factual. This weekend was just so slammed with events that I felt like I needed to talk about. Yeah, I'm going to tone it down for sure, Hugo, or cut it entirely. So next week, please do me a big favor and watch This Week in Modern and give me direct feedback on the amount of the CRT effect. Maybe I can even test it on stream on like Sunday, just test some different levels of the effect and see if we can work it out on stream, like how much is too much. Because I personally, for the feel that I'm going for, I think just at least a little bit of that effect is like it's just important to me. And I know, like, as someone who's trying to make something that's like widely appealing, that's like kind of like you don't always get to have that, but yeah. Thanks, Notes. So Magus seemed fine there as long as they don't have the Pyrite Spellbomb. We don't. Sanctifier doesn't hit anything important that they put in their graveyard. Drannith Magistrate. They don't do any casting from their graveyard. They don't play Emery. They're playing Goblin Engineer instead. Probably don't need literally all the endurances. Oh, we have a Collector Roof. Oh my god. Hey, Last God, how's it going on? Yeah, I get it. That I can definitely work with the amount. Like, working with the amount of it is no problem for me. I just want it to have that 90s wrestling promo feel to it. Pretty good. Wife is out of town, so I took Friday off for a long week. Yeah, I'm gonna have the condo to myself all weekend, and I have nothing special to do with it. But it's just gonna be nice for it to be quiet all the time. Trying to fine-tune Shinobi. I love it. I gotta figure out this last... I guess it's just another Wall of Omens. Just really low on Wall of Omens. Sideboard is like anything else. You need to just like... You need to sit down and like work out a plan for one deck, one time, really, really in depth. And it will be like infinitely beneficial. This hand is really awkward. I'm going to keep it because they probably portable hole my first Ragavan and the second one likely connects. When your binder falls over in a Cryptic Command. Well, again, the Wafo deck and variations of it have been everywhere in the queues. And that deck is playing a couple Cryptics. And it feels like the format has actually gotten to a point where they're working. Like, people are playing enough greedy stuff again. It's like how I played Remand and Velomachus again, and I 5-0'd the first time I did it, because I was like, today is the day where it feels like the format has shifted to a lot more 3 and 4 mana spells, and I made the right call on that day. Now, for some of the competitive tournaments I've played, it did not work out so well, but fluffy 4-1 Tuesday with it, nice. No artifact in play. Opponent is a baller. Opponent. Okay, you scared me, opponent. Now I boarded in Prismatic Endings. Yeah, I'm playing Veloturns in paper on Saturday, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm glad I didn't end up playing it today because I didn't actually have the list like entirely ready. Go get him, monkey. Yeah, I own 4 Savers. I got them when they were $8, which was not bad at all, it fetch like. Give me a bauble. Give me a bauble, baby. Ah, Whir of Adventure is fine. I'll Whir for Aether Vial. Sacred Foundry. Yikes! I bought the Savers literally like the week where I did well with Velomachus for the first time. They went up a good chunk at some point, Kaya. They were like 30 for a little while. I don't know if they stayed there. So are we gonna go nuts here? Am I doing the crazy thing here? Yeah, there's like 22 there. There you go. What was the hardest card to get in paper for Velomachus turns? Honestly, it was the Indomitable Creativities. I ordered them, and they didn't show up for like 7 weeks, so I had to contact the person on eBay about it. And they refunded me, and then I had to find them again. They were just sold out randomly for a while. So I'm assuming, yeah, they sacked the Soul Guide Lantern to make a Thopter. And then we Solitude, pitching, brought back. And I could use the second treasure to play brought back and get back my Solitude. I don't think I'm going to do that, but, like, I could. We'll see what we hit off their deck first. This does mean next turn I could go Eladamri's Call for Collector. Oh, we could just savage them. Get out of here. Put him in the grave. Nice Glimmer Void, nerd. I hate Ragavan, but it's really fun to play with. It's not an okay Magic the Gathering card. Not even a little. Mirror of Fate in your cart. You are a bad person. Look what they have. Look what they've got the replacement. Nothing matters. It's fine. We're going to lose to Saga. It's oppressing me right now. Literally oppressing me at the moment. Too good. Must be taken out. I think I'm supposed to just cast Ragavan and Charming Prince for the Scry. I guess I could dash into... Oh, I forgot to bring in the Dawnbringer Cleric against the Saga deck. But that means next turn I can't dash into Call. Yeah, dash into Call's okay, but we can't... Like, there's nothing we have that deals with the Saga right now and in any way deals with the Thopter Foundry. I just... Yeah, all this kind of is mediocre. Oh, yeah, Jackie with the line. Dash to the second prismatic ending. It'd be pretty hot. They're playing a 60-card deck. We're so likely to hit it. I got second were. If I Charming... I think I'm supposed to Charming Prince for the Scry. Because I have to hit some mana. Like, I could slide the Ragavan, but it... Like... This is a problem right now. Yikes! Like, those are really good cards, but... Ah! I think we go bottom, try to hit lands. Yikes. That is thick construct. Now, I did bring in Deputy Detention, so we have a way to deal with large constructs. I just need to find some freaking colored mana. There we go. We are about to take a large lump. Blue mana, green mana, just figments of your imagination. Fever dream of a madman. So I can actually chump block with Charming Prince this turn, and then brought back my Flooded Strand plus the Charming Prince, which gives me the ramp to play Eladamri's Call into the Deputy of Detention next turn. That's kind of neat. Like, that's actually a thing that I should be doing. I think. So Last God, there has been multiple back and forths with like between like Twitter, Sam Black. I mean, I don't know what the right way to phrase that, but the answer is no. I'm almost 100% sure that no, that was not at all something they tested, knew about, looked for, any of that. No, I don't think that existed. I think it straight up just didn't exist. Like, that wasn't a thing that could happen because that wasn't the card they play tested with. And then they dramatically changed the card before it was going to release. So I have Eladamri's Call, but now they have Thopter Sword set up. Yeah, I mean, I understand turtle power, but like, you mean don't bother scrying two things that I want to draw both of them, but like in this case, I just get to bottom both of these. I mean, I could take the Arid Mesa. I'll just see if I can find something a little bit better impact. Maybe Arid Mesa was about as good as it gets. All right, apparently it was. The problem is now I need to solve the constructs and the Thopter Sword combo and the Goblin Engineer. Like, this is too much. Getting Mimic and calling for Skyclave. Yeah. I think Deputy is the most important thing right now. Just to keep me alive longer. Like, Deputy was the plan. They can't sacrifice tokens, were. But yes, that would be true. You can't sacrifice tokens to Thopter Foundry. It stops the Thopters from getting sacked to itself, right? They saw that line when they built the card. The problem is I can't attack here because they have a 2/3 Thopter. So now we're in a tough spot. And Goblin Engineer was a very good draw for them with everything else as it was set up. I mean, I love Thopter Sword, so I'm not. Thanks for the follow there. I love Thopter Sword, so I'm not at all down on my opponent doing the thing. That's funny, Last God. God damn! Why is that legal? No one should ever have been able to or allowed to record a song. What? Record a song called "Painkiller" after Judas Priest. If Saga just said second chapter make a construct as a triggered ability, would it be better? It would probably be better. That seems insane to me, but I could be wrong. Like, the double construct is obviously valuable. The thing is, it's like very taxing on your mana. Like, just trying to find a new. Well, no, I mean, it's possible to word it the way you want it to. It's possible. It would be very cumbersome, but it's possible. Damn it. Dash Monkey is really bad here. I think I'm just ready to go next game. It's okay. I'm just gonna hit the washroom really quick. We are supposed to have Dawnbringer Cleric in. 1 sec. Do you think Masked Vandal is good as a sideboard card in a 20 creature deck? Maybe. It's 81 cards because I don't know what I'm cutting for this Dawnbringer Cleric that I'm boarding in. All right, opponent. Turn 2 Saga. Also, no portable holes. Oh, they prismatic ending me last game too. Oh yeah, Mass Vandal hitting Kaldra is legit. If you find it to be a particular problem. Mass Vandal is also just good for like creature type decks though. Oh, that was the one Alex, yeah. Got by accident. Yeah, these cards are really cool with all the flavor text. It's kind of cute. Okay, that is not a prismatic ending. I'm making, I guess, screw your prismatic endings. Although Collector Oof is now looking a little oof. Little sketch. Oh, I was supposed to fetch shock, play the Seal of Fire. I'm a goon. Okay, Sword of the Meek right in the graveyard. Might have to Eladamri's Call for Collector Oof. We'll see. Can't Cleric, exile it. Oh, you right. And here I was getting locked into my oh so clever line of just be screwed. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it, Mord. I think I'm supposed to clear the Goblin Engineer. It's like not super important, but why not? And now we can call for Magus. Although they have Pyrite Spellbomb, but I think that's all they have to crack out. Yikes. Timing. Probably Eladamri's Call for Recruiter. Recruiter for Charming Prince. Charming Prince flickers the Dawnbringer Cleric and comes in and kills the Saga. We'll see what else they play. Oh, yeah, I also just have Ephemerate. So we Ephemerate the Cleric to kill the Urza Saga. Soulherder. Soulherder is also an option. Too many options. I need people to stop talking, otherwise I'm going to get myself killed. Okay, so that... Oh, but they're tapped down for now. So this is fine. So... Eladamri's Call for Witness. Then we Witness for Eladamri's Call. Then we can Ephemerate it. We can Ephemerate the Dawnbringer Cleric to kill their land. But do I not have to get Recruiter now, Mord? Yeah, there's already enough stuff that destroys artifacts. Dawnbringer Cleric doesn't need to do that. Can get them to one land? I don't think we can. My brain is stuck now. There's just too much stuff. Eladamri for Skyclave to clear both is tempting. But then we're not touching the Saga. Skyclave. Yeah, I think Skyclave... Ephemerate the Skyclave? For the Glimmer Void. Fair. Ah, I see. Yeah, got it. Clark's a 1-3, why can't it be a 2-2? It's better as a 1-3. So I want the 1-drop under it, so we go like this, and then we'll go like this. You can recruit for it. Good Recruiter. We're playing the Good Recruiter. Not Red Recruiter. We're playing the Good Recruiter. It's the one that's playable in Modern, therefore it's good. Not in the reserve list format, where no one can afford to play. I understand what you mean, but... Yeah, I know. We're playing the legal one, not the good one. Well, it makes it the good one, in my opinion. IMHO. You're getting Solitude and Grief isn't good enough. Wait, what? No, we can't do that. We can't do that. No, Recruiter of the Guard would not be busted in Modern. No, I know Recruiter of the Guard can get those cards. I understand. Like, I get it. Which one do we kill? The one on 2, I think. Although that means they get 3 constructs. Maybe we do kill the 1-on-1. We do kill the 1-on-1. Yeah, it's way better. Yeah. Way better. And we have a Solitude for the 1 construct they're going to get. So they get 1 construct, and if they have a Springleaf Drum, they could get the 2nd construct. Wait, no they can't. That's not how that works. Is Ragavan secretly busted? That is the best clickbait total I have ever heard of. Get that man a writing gig. Or woman. Or they. Get that human being a writing gig. Get him on Channel Fireball right now. I'm not dicking around. And I would like pictures of Spider-Man. World's most Canadian, mild-mannered version of J. Jonah Jameson. I know Person also works. I like going through all of them. It makes me happy. And there was this one time someone got really uppity about me with me going he, she, it, they, which, by the way, I found out was a quote from Hitchhiker's Guide, so it makes me even happier about it. But I love saying he, she, it, they, because in my opinion, it covers all the genders plus 1, which is it. Because I believe someone could, if they chose to, identify as, not personhood, if they wanted to. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. The order of it is obviously not relevant to the actual appearance of things, but that's a direct quote. It is a direct quote from Hitchhiker's Guide. Choose to identify as Jig? Yeah, that's fine. Didn't include your pronoun. I don't think it's a pronoun. That's just a name. It's your name. It's a great name. I should know. I know and love a Jiggy. Dr. Jiggy Wiggy, in fact. Dr. Combo, if you're speaking about him in the academic sense. Identifying as it seems to lean into the nature of choice. I mean, like, what if they just see themselves as, like, yeah, like, what if they see themselves as, like, a part of the universe? He, she, it, they sounds quite sarcastic. I mean, it's not supposed to. It literally is in the case where the characters don't know what they're describing. Oh yeah, there's also Zay, right? Is that XE? Those did not catch on though. Those were popular for a little while, and then I haven't heard about them in years. I literally forgot about it. But there is... Can a non-person choose their own itness? Yeah, I mean, if someone philosophically doesn't see themselves as being more worthy of personhood than a rock, and I'm not saying that I've met that person. It's possible. I just, like, I feel like that covers all the things. You go with the safe choice, Fusion. That is the safe, beautifully open. Are you a person? I don't know. Let's pull chat. Am I a person? All right, pulls up. Not a big a deal as people you make it out to be. Oh yeah. Actual legal last name was the Magnificent. Well, that's... Were they a professional magician? Because if not, I have to ask why. People that make it a big deal want it to be a big deal. You're right. I personally just go by, like, I want to say learned gender cues, because it's very rare that I ever have to do any of that. Like, when I worked at Starbucks, and obviously this was years back, but, so they went green-blue, and they're on elementals. So I want the Seal Fire in ASAP. When I worked at Starbucks, I specifically worked off, like, and I worked downtown in the banking district, but, like, I referred to every male customer as sir and every female customer as miss, and they all appreciated that about me. Especially the women over 40. They thought it was delightful. That's obviously a different demographic and a different time and place. Well, that might be a really good draw. Although they're set up reasonably well for it. Other languages have a hard-on for gendering. It's not other languages, it's the Latin languages. The Germanic languages don't, and the Latin languages do. Or the Romantic languages, if you choose to talk about it that way. Now, there's lots of other languages, and those have their own shit going on. But, like, of the ones that in the... German does too. German has gendered nouns, but it does have a neuter gender. So... No, yeah, I mean, they do, but not in the same... It's not the same hard-on, quote-unquote. But you're right. But they do have a neuter gender. I guess I'm just skyclaving here. Oh my god, Mord. I love it. Thanks, Rome. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Wow. They had the draw here. Good God. What are they getting? Another Omnath? Hey, the 177777777. Thank you for the reset. Can you get some Bogle love? There's love for Bogles. I'm gonna play them, but I love them from a distance. So they did get another Omnath. I can cut them off of it by playing Magus. And in theory, protecting it with Ephemerate from there. Yeah, I think that's the only way forward, right? Das Mädchen? Yeah. This is German for the girl. Alright, opponent. No. I don't think so. Attack! Yeah, there's no way in hell they're blocking this. They'd have to lose Risen Reef and Flamekin to do anything significant. It's very unlikely they can cast... Oh... Do you feel like the lizard people are out to get you? Not at the moment. Although then, now that you bring it up. Well. We can dodge a Fury. We can dodge a Fury. Mother Flipper. What a draw. Zeug? Yeah, Zeug is thing. Feierzeug is fire thing, which is German for lighter. Why did they float the... Oh my god. Unreal. Making us look like amateurs. They grab another Fury. Yeah, Flugzeug, flying thing. Yeah, this is standard practice for German. Das is the neutral article. Oh, nice. Schlugzeug. Nice. But a drummer is a Trommeler, yeah? So why isn't the drum a Trommel? Not sure that I understand that. It's true, Smuchiolo. I mean, it's just rough. Dusting. That might be like half German, half English slang, though. Like Franglais or Spanglish are not like dialects, but they kind of are. Comes on the Schlugzeug. Ah. Ding is the thing. Dinglish. Yeah. This would be... I'll take the 4. I don't... My brain is so fried. Yeah, Elementals is absolutely hopeless for anything like a Taxes deck or what we're doing, I think. I mean, they did have a really, really busted opening. But, it is very like all the pitch elementals make it this just very difficult to have something that bricks them out. Lavinia though does shut them down a little bit. No one out Dirtle's elementals. Yeah. Staubsauger? Yeah, that's pretty great. Staubsauger. Yeah. Well, that's actually what I said about it. Well, I mean, not what I said about it, Smishilo, but I was like, if the people who play tested it said that they tested that interaction thoroughly and they're not worried about it, then I was like, it's probably not going to be too good, but it's going to be really obnoxious, which is proven to be true. Grief Ephemerate is really obnoxious, but it's not too good. It's just jerky to play against. Like every time it happens, you're like, okay. Too cute to be good. It's fine, but the deck that actually came out of it is kind of loose. Does Sarah's Emissary prevent Annihilator? No. No, it does not. No part of that is prevented by protection. Yeah, when you open on your combo into Stoneforge Mystic, it's pretty good. I sure was doomsaying about Grief Ephemerate. I mean, it's fine. I get it. It's just that it just doesn't end up actually winning too many games. This is the Mord to Light list, yeah. And it has been... I mean, it is an absolute joy, but it's very difficult to play, very difficult to sideboard. Yeah. Well... Yeah. There's just no way this is ever going to be enough, right? Yeah, Fury has really smashed the conception. I did not know Fury was good. I was really tilted by the fact that it didn't have Flash. I'm not afraid to admit that. Like, I know what my problem was. I know exactly what my problem was. I was like, it doesn't have Flash. It's garbage. Obviously, the discard one doesn't have Flash. I mean, that just makes sense. Obviously. But, it's like, it's not even Pyrokinesis. Need to play Pauper All-Star Chittering Rats. The draw lock? Yeah, Kenshin stream, I'll definitely talk about that on Saturday night. No! Fuck, man. I was not... and then I misfetched because I was tilted. Whatever, it's fine. I missequenced. God damn it, I thought turn 1 Ragavan would be fairly resilient and just maybe steal a game against elementals, but no, they're prepared for everything. This deck, man. I've had that time. Thanks for the follow, Samir8284 and Kenshin's stream. I mean, I'm glad. No, but no. All right. Man. Come on. Oh my god, why? God, we're screwed. You're welcome, Samir. I got it, Mort. I got it. LGS is an Amulet Titan Wasteland. Yikes. Like, literally can't win. You can't beat this deck. It is unbeatable. It's too fucking good, man. Jesus. Yeah, Blood Moon piles are a great way to handle the Amulet Menace. Cycle's Triome. Man, they have like none of their good cards. Just like literally none. Blood Moon pile's gonna have Tunnelingness. You're not wrong. Yeah, Grixis Dress Down. Well, it's so Grixis Dress Down. You have ignored the most important word in that deck title, because according to many people who are telling me what for, that is now the default build of Grixis Shadow. There is no Grixis Shadow that is not playing the Aspiring Spike recommended number copies of Dress Down. And you are a heathen for suggesting otherwise. It has existed for a week and is your new god. Alright, I guess we're running back the same play, except... Oh, I did... Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Take it. You know what? Just take it. Alright. We're 2-2. We're 2-2. We got trashed against elementals. But maybe we can do better in the last one. Nice Colossal Dreadmaw. That doesn't seem very polite, Hugo Diaz. Funny, though. I mean, they did last gut. Thanks for the follow there, Blade Ego. Oh, and I missed a Shanty 88. Not sure how I missed that. I'm sorry about that. But that's a pro player you played against, Sam Pardee. I mean, as far as I know, they're Smedster, so maybe. Oh, thanks, Blade Ego. Blade Ego? Blade Ego. Well, we got rinsed by them on elementals, which is not surprising. Unfortunately, on the draw, I'm going to keep this incredibly sketchy hand. What are my top 3 favorite decks at the moment? 4-color creativity in both its Velomachus or non-Velomachus form. Okay, well, hopefully we draw land. Any food Urza Saga deck. Probably Urza after that. If I have to have a third one. Opponent with no second land drop. Nice. So I actually made a mistake immediately killing the previous Ragavan with Seal of Fire. Because there's no way that anything's going to happen into the combat step that's going to prevent a Seal of Fire. So just in case they have another Ragavan, which they did. They didn't have the second land, but they did have the second Ragavan. Is this Counterspell? No, okay. But you want to kill their Ragavans in combat where possible. And because Seal of Fire wouldn't be stopped by a counterspell. I mean, DRS did actually invalidate graveyard strategies, right? Ragavan also needs to attack. Which is, again, a big difference. But yes, it's very, very similar in the way that it snowballs early turns. And you could play a very powerful tempo strategy with it. Thought Scour, Bauble. Yeah. Man, they have hit so many of my lands. It's really tilting. I mean, one Bolt and one Unholy Heat in the graveyard. Yeah, I know, Mord. It's just never gonna live. Like I hate this. I hate this. I literally hate this. Because if I win, I didn't deserve it, and if this dies, like clearly, it's not. I just don't enjoy this. Like we didn't do anything for the. I don't know. I'm just like I don't know. It's. I did it. We did it. We're there. Right. I know. Oh no, I like playing Magus like when we have to like very cleverly go find the Magus on a turn and just be like bang. But like there are so many red spells in their deck that kill it. So it's like it wasn't even like I didn't want to draw that in this matchup like basically at all unless they're on like no cards in hand. And they got Murktide. Yikes. No, I am not ashamed of the Blood Moon. I just didn't enjoy playing a Magus of the Moon against a deck with like 8 billion burn spells with the like 1 in a million chance that we win with it. When I just everything about that play I did not appreciate. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So if I wait until next turn, no, I'm just gonna cast. Just cast Skyclave. Up Vial, go for... No, that's what I'm going to do next turn, Mord. And yes, I could have dropped in Soulherder there. No. I don't want to do that Smoochiolo. I'd rather just put it in at their end step. I mean, I guess I could have. I mean, it probably doesn't really matter. I don't know. I did it the way that I wanted to. They're going to have a Counterspell or Archmage's Charm now. So I don't... Although maybe we can force it to be... Oh, they didn't... Okay. Let's play this now. It's fine. Yeah, Solitude was a really good draw there. Cast Recruiter is bait. Yeah, probably. Would have been really happy if they had played Archmage's Charm. But they didn't kill my Omnath, so I'm assuming that means they don't have a, what's it called in hand? Unholy Heat. And they scooped to that. Crazy. I can't believe we got out of that one. Whew. Yeah, I was concerned they were going to let it go generic, and then I was just going to pass the turn and gain another 4. But, it worked and we won. So that was good. I think I definitely will, like, I want to play this deck again next week. I need time away from it. I need some of the lessons to sink in. But it's obviously powerful. I would have done that in your first main. Why? Sure, I see. Thanks to follow Nick Spears. Hey Strifo, what's more sons? That's got to be a setup, right? All right, so endurance is what we want here. And deputy. Skyclave out. Sanctifier is fine. The opposite of less sons. That wasn't a D's nuts joke. I now know I don't know what to do with this now. Drannith. You want Drannith? Have I played any more Karth the Lion? I have not. Yeah, I thought I did. You're probably just behind. Got it. Magus is no good, right? Yeah. This makes sense to me. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, well, you can thank modern trophy board top 5 champion, the Tunneling Cat, because that is probably the person who always requests Dance Gavin Dance. Yep. Yes. Sorry, I'm really bad with lyrics unless I've listened to the song like dozens of times. At some point I want to play Fires of Invention, taking turns, and just for the first couple turns setup of the game have my opponent think I'm on 4-color creativity, and then all of a sudden we just wreck them by going fires, take all my turns, and they're like, oh, damn, I wasn't ready for that one. Tier 5's turns. No, 4-color. You go 4-color. Do you have another league coming after this one? I kind of want to play just like mono red mid range, so I think I'm going to do that some. Unless you're going to stream more, then I could send it over to you. Telling Cat might be a huge Cat Trouble fan. Yeah, Cat Spaghetti. Jeskai Fire's Super Friends was so cool to play with. Yeah, I'll bet. Deafening silence. That's funny. Definitely a thing that happens. Sanctifier Seal non-bow. Yes. I guess I lost the opportunity to brought back and double kill them there. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. So this needs to get me Temple Garden if I need to cast this soon, which I might. Is there a world where I can just go fetch land and then next turn fetch land and brought back? Like, they're on pretty low resources at the moment. I should not have screwed up this play. That was a big idea. That was a big problem. Playing Sanctifier? Sure. But this is getting Temple. No. Yeah, Sanctifier is 100% symmetrical. The only deck that plays Sanctifier normally is Hammer Time. Okay. This is good for us. It's very, very unlikely that they can flip the Channeler. Oh, fuck, they did. Well, no, it's going to lose it now. They're playing Teferi? Wow. I was not expecting that. Sarkhan the Masterless? Was that the 5-man? Yikes. Was that the War of the Spark Sarkhan? Oh, well, nothing matters. Hey, opponent. You're wrecked. In the words of the great Cedric Phillips, you're dead! I assume that's how he said it. I didn't see it. Bye, friend. But wait, opponent, there's more. If you order now, you can get your Solitude with a Wooded Foothills and a second Solitude for the exact same price, 3-2 the league, and trash that Jeskai Murktide region deck. But the supplies are limited and your brain space will suffer. So tune in for that one within the next, what, we put 20 minutes on the clock more? 20 minutes on the clock on that deal. No, but seriously. Yeah, this deck is unreal. It's super, super, super fun. I think at some point next week I'm going to play like a straight red-white version and then a Naya version. Although the Naya version is so close to this that I don't know that it's worth doing. But we'll see. This pile is so scary for all the DRC decks. Yeah, DRC, Ragavan, etc. Naya's not worth it? Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, the blue splash is so small it's basically free, and it's 2 really good cards, right? And then one reason... Well, actually, Deputy is kind of a big deal in the sideboard. Bant could be interesting. Actually, there was a Bant Soulherder list that was in the 5-0. With main deck, Wrenn and 6 and Teferi. Was it... Alright, so... Speaking of that, so I was thinking about... I have still Davius Minimus's BTL Kiki deck loaded up, which I really loved this deck. This one was super, super fun. The big appeal about this deck was the fact that at the time, Utopia Sprawl was like undisruptible ramp. That's not really true anymore. And with the huge focus on killing your turn 1 creatures, like Birds of Paradise kind of sucks. But this was a super fun deck that I might trot out at some point soon. Because it's like creature combo, you play Eldritch Evolution and Bring to Light. So here's your 7 tutors. But Bring to Light gives this deck some particular flexibility that's kind of sweet. And this deck could be suited out to play more things like Wrenn and 6. The thing about this deck is like Davius always wanted Ephemerates for more power, but there weren't quite as many creatures. Although maybe this is close to Mord's numbers. And the cycling off Abundant Growth I really appreciate in general. So it's maybe next week I'll try this one out again and see if there's anything that can be massaged or improved. This is with 0 MH2 cards included. This is just the list as I played it before. Yeah, Brought Back is definitely phenomenal in these decks. It's really, really surprising. Oh, we were talking before about potential things to add to this deck, so I have them here. Core Firewalker is definitely a card you might want with how much burn has been coming back, although we didn't see it in that league, so maybe it was just a flash in the pan thing, like Green Tron in challenges. Knight of Autumn's another excellent choice. This can kill Urza's Sagas and actual artifacts, as well as gain 4 life, as well as be a 4/3 on turn 3 sometimes, or turn 2 even. So that card is pretty powerful. And then Teferi Time Raveler is definitely just a reasonable sideboard card for this deck if you want hate for certain things. Like, this deck is playing 2 extra Drannith Magistrates in the sideboard, but like those could easily be cut for Teferis. Teferi gives you an out for a lot of random junk. It's just a relatively busted ass tempo play. So anyway, if you are in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. And you can always comment below on any suggestions on different silver bullets or awesome things that this deck could be playing, your favorite brought back plays, or your most enjoyable moments of Zach being a moron. I'll see you next.